This is our first video for Newton's laws. He was a really busy guy, but he only made 3 of them. We're going to learn each of Newton's laws today. Newton's first law is also known as the law of inertia. The law of inertia states, a body in motion will stay in motion, and a body at rest will stay at rest, unless acted upon by an outside force. So what does that mean? It means you're going to keep moving. If all of a sudden you're flying down on your sport bike and your bike hits a bunch of tires, but you don't, you're going to go flying. So your inertia is directly proportional to your mass. So that means that you're going to keep moving forward. There was no force like this great tire wall here that stopped the bike. So this person was moving forward initially. The bike was the only thing that was stopped, so he just kept on going straight. That is Newton's first law. There's lots of ways that we're going to apply this through free body diagrams and other examples. But basically, the more mass you have, the more inertia you have. Mass is analogous to inertia. All right. Newton's second law. We're going to move through these real quick. They're super easy. Well, it's more of an equation, this one. It says force is directly proportional to mass times acceleration. So here's Newton, and he's giving us his equation. The best way that you're going to see it is the net force is equal to mass times acceleration. What this really means is that for most instances that we see, especially when we were shooting projectiles with the little catapults, we had the little marbles on there, I had a small mass. So the force was going to remain constant for us. So the force would be the rubber band. So the rubber band was creating a force and was shooting the small marbles. Well, what happened when we put a big marble on there? So the mass got a lot bigger. So whenever the mass gets a lot bigger, my acceleration went down, and the large marble wasn't able to shoot as far as the small marble. So what this means is that with a set amount of force, if mass goes up, acceleration has to go down. But the product of those two is always going to equal the net force. All right, last law. We're almost done. Newton's third law of motion says for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. So that means if I'm trying to step off of a skateboard, if I push against the floor, and the floor pushes back with the same force. There you go. If I try to step off a skateboard, I move forward, I push against the skateboard slides out from under me. A rocket works in that I provide thrust against the ground, and the thrust pushes back up, moving the rocket forward. If you had
Miss Greenwood, could
a
you
balloon,
call extension 2100? Miss Greenwood, could you call extension 2100?
Awesome. So here's my balloon, and you release the end so it pushes air out, and the air goes out, and the balloon goes forward. There's lots of great examples for Newton's third law, but basically equal and opposite is what you need to know. So that is all of Newton's laws. And he also invented gravity.